Loser, baby. So why don't you kill me? All right, hey everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. It's the artist Andrew speaking, and we're live streaming. Yay! Feels weird only live streaming once a week. I still really haven't gotten used to it, even though technically it's been, in the long run, it's been better for me. But I wanted to try to do more live streaming this week, and I very, very seriously considered doing it on Wednesday, and I don't remember what happened, but I totally lost track of time and it didn't happen. But, oh well. I may try next week to live stream maybe more than once, but I'm not going to commit to anything at this moment because things have been so crazy. But, woo, we're live now. So, all right, well, I sent out the invite to a couple of people. We'll see who's able to join. I'll tell you about my week, work on a drawing. Maybe we'll look at some comics. Maybe we'll, the normal fun stuff. We'll give a few minutes to see if we can get everybody to come in, or see if anybody wants to come in. We did get the winners for the Harvey Awards, so we'll go over that and let you know how everybody did on their picks. And as a matter of fact, let me see if I can find what I did with the list of the winners. I know I've got it around here somewhere. Here it is. All right, let me just make a quick copy of this so I can share it when the time is right. And we'll go from there. All right. Well, I had an opportunity this week to make a drawing video. And I had actually started, let me back up real quick. I had actually gotten an opportunity to do some drawing while I was at the store this past weekend. And I did 2 or 3 layout sketches. And the last one I really liked. And the bad part about doing the sketch at the store was the fact that I have all my cameras connected to the computer facing the store. So I'm watching what's going on in the store, and I'm not able to record what I'm drawing, which meant I did not make a video out of the drawing I did. And this was the layout sketch that I did. It's this tigress character that I really, really like. I think she's going to become, if Crom is my Conan, she is his Red Sonja. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. But I had in my mind, I had this image of her where she's standing in like an archway, like leaning up against the arch, and she's like licking her paw, and it's all bloodied and so forth. And she's got this knife, and it's got blood on it, and she's just come out of a battle. And behind the archway was going to be like a stack of bodies of different like characters, just not anybody we recognize or anything, but just a pile of dead bodies, and that she like decimated, and she's like licking her wounds, or I don't know, maybe she likes the taste of blood. Maybe that's probably it. I don't know. But I started to lay out I started to sketch out different layouts for this image, and the last one I did I actually liked. Oh, hey Ahmed, how's it going? Oh, it's been a day. It's been a week. But everything's good. Everything's good now because, the week's over. Getting ready to start the weekend, which is probably my favorite time. But needless to say, it was either Monday or Tuesday night. I had sat down and I had started working on this drawing. And about 20 minutes into working on the drawing, I realized that I was having a very hard time seeing what I was drawing. And my vision was just for crap. And I realized I can't focus for very long on the paper before it starts to get to the point where the drawing is no longer working for me. And I realized that I have to take smaller chunks of my time for drawing. And it's just a matter of balancing the ability with the ability to actually do it. I'm doing good, and I see you have more new comics behind you. Oh yeah, I've got a stack over here and a stack over here, and I've got a stack over here that I made a video of earlier, and I was able to get some bags and boards, but very few. I only got 100 bags and boards for this weekend, so I'll be bringing in 100 new comics. But the order that I placed for the 1,000 bags and boards has shipped, so I'll probably get it later this week. So expect a lot more comics next weekend. And I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes of comics that all need to be made into videos and bagged and boarded. So I've got a lot more coming, and I'm very excited about that because I'm thinking about having some type of Halloween sale, and comics will obviously be part of that. Not sure exactly what we're going to do just yet. Haven't decided, but yeah. So we're going to be prepared. We're going to beef up on a lot of new comics, and I got crap load of them I can't wait to go through. As a matter of fact, I found a comic that I want to share with everybody tonight. I'll tell you guys that story a little later. Hopefully Todd, Avery, Kodiak, somebody can join and we can share and get their reaction to it. But okay, that's it. Well, so what I was saying about the drawing is that I realized that I can only focus with my eyes the way they've been lately for a very short amount of time. I had did a drawing. I spent about 30 minutes on it, and it got to the point where I could no longer focus, and I was screwing up lines, and it just to the point where I trashed it and was going to start all over again. And I can't keep doing that. I can't make that a habit. So what I'm going to try to work on over the next week or so is focusing on doing smaller sketches, maybe even just layout sketches, and we'll see how far that'll go. So as some of you may notice, I have not been putting up a lot of sketch a day videos, mainly because, well, multiple reasons. I usually make those during the live streams, and since I'm only live streaming once a day, less opportunities. But when I do have opportunities, ability isn't there, and that's just due to health crap. But that's all right. You know, I'm going to find a way to get around it. I'm going to find a balance in what I can do, what I can accomplish, what I need to do, and what I want to accomplish. So there's a balance in there somewhere, and I'm going to be working on it. Like I mentioned earlier, is I actually had a little bit of time in the store this past weekend, which was great. That's something that normally doesn't happen because I'm constantly busy working on stuff, talking to customers, doing stuff. But there was a good hour chunk of time where I caught up on everything in the store I needed to catch up on and was able to actually sit down and do a drawing. And I was actually happy with it. So, I mean, that's half the battle right there, is doing a drawing and being happy with it. So the goal is smaller bouts, smaller opportunities for drawing, and not as focused drawings. The more technical I have to get, the more precise I have to get with the line, the more harder it is to focus my eyes. Doing a quick sketch and, you know, pretty much doing layout sketches is something I'm comfortable with right now. So I may be making more of those type of videos soon. I know some people may not think that's exciting, but meh. But let me show you the one I'm working on now. What I did is I took that image that I did at the store and I blew it up because I want to do it on 17 by 14. And I just did a quick transfer roughly with the pencil, give you an idea of what I'm doing. And let me switch cameras real quick. Now I don't know if I'm going to work on this evening or if I'm going to work on this tonight, but I'll show you. Well, once again, this was the layout sketch that I did. I really think the character's quite stunning. I think she's awesome. She's hot, and I think she's a very good addition to the library of characters I've got going on for Crom. But this is me transferring it over to the larger size paper. Did a little bit of cleanup, changed a few things about it that I liked, and now it's really a matter of adding the detail, adding the lines, and making it all come together. And I don't think I have the ability to do that in one sitting. This is one of those things that a lot of people, they'll see some of the larger drawings that I have in my store, and they'll ask me, how long does it take you to do one of those drawings? And the honest truth is, once everything's laid out, once everything's put on the paper and sketched out, and you have an idea of where you're going with the image, that's the hard part. That's getting everything, getting your references together, getting the layout right, getting it sized right. All that stuff is the stuff that takes forever. Once you get to this stage, it's usually pretty quick and easy. In a normal day, something like this would probably have just taken me a day, a few hours to finish out, but the ability is not there right this second. And that has a lot to do with my vision and the way it's going. But needless to say, when I do work on this, I will be adding to it, and I will make a video of it, and I will share it with you. Plus, I got the triple pager back here I still haven't finished. That's kind of been put aside. But yeah, so more stuff like this coming soon. All right, let's switch back so I can talk to you all. I mean, I know you all can hear me and all, but I like to be able to see you when I talk to you. Oh, so how's it going? How's everything going with everybody out there? Is the world treating everybody nice? Is the world treating everybody fairly? I know we got some hectic and crazy times getting ready to happen, and I'm hoping everybody is keeping their heads above water, and not getting too crazy. And I hate saying planning for the worst, hope for the best, but plan for the worst. It's literally what everybody has to do nowadays. So, but all right, nobody hears right now, but I want to show you guys something. This is something I found that I did not know was happening, simply because I had stopped after the shutdown and so forth, when Diamond stopped shipping to comic stores, and DC ended up trying to find alternate avenues of getting their comics into comic book stores. One of the things that stopped happening is Diamond stopped putting out previews, and I stopped buying previews. And that was probably one of the things that I have bought almost religiously for many, many years. I always bought previews. Okay, Ahmed says, I'm here, show me something. Yeah, you got it, I'll show you something. So I haven't been paying attention to the new stuff that's been coming out. Not from Image, not from Marvel, not from DC. I really haven't been paying attention. So when I went by the comic store, oh, Avery's here. Let me bring him in real quick. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
Not too much. How's it going?
That's all right.
Okay. Well, listen, I was telling a story about how
no one cares.
I know. Well, Ahmed cares. He asked me to share.
No. Ahmed, stop. Don't. If you ask him questions, he'll talk.
Well, I want to show something that I think is actually really cool. So I went into the comic book store this week. I checked out new comics, and one of the new comics on the stands actually kind of piqued my curiosity. It was a reprint of issue number 1 of The Walking Dead, and they called it Walking Dead Deluxe. Now they had different covers. There was the original cover was recolored or something. There was a David Finch cover. There was a blank cover. There was a Charlie Allred cover. And I looked at it and said, oh, they're reprinting issue number 1 again. No big deal. Who cares, right? Well, then I picked it up and I flipped through it, and it dawned on me afterwards what I was looking at. Avery, what do you think that Image Comics, now that The Walking Dead is over, that they're going to do in order to make money off of Walking Dead again?
Reprint them all.
Reprint them all. But what are they going to do with it when they reprint them?
I don't know. Use every piece of art from everybody they can that they have.
They're going to do it in color.
Okay.
They're reprinting the series in color. Let me show you this thing. Well, the thing that I actually thought was kind of interesting, there were 5 different covers, and one of the covers is an Art Adams cover, which is the one that I picked up because I really liked it. But It's got a cardstock cover, so it's like a better quality cover, but they colored it. This entire series was black and white from start to finish.
Yes.
So
Every,
this is the first time they're offering the series in color. Now,
yeah.
I do not know if they're planning on reprinting every single issue,
Maybe it would
but
make sense
it would make absolute sense. It would.
because there are people who are buying these that are fairly new to the series,
Yep. Yep.
and they
Absolutely.
would probably rather most normies, super normie people that occasionally buy a comic because it's related to something else that they've gotten into. They're not going to want a black and white comic. They don't understand it. The same thing with Bone selling it to kids.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What and once it was collected, they reprinted it in full color and made a whole bunch of crap more money off it. That's Bone, I mean.
Mhm.
But the thing that I think is interesting is, at least with issue number 2, the solicitation for issue number 2 has 5 different covers. You've got the original cover by Tony Moore. You got a Charlie Allred, a Julian Tontino Testa, whatever his name is, a David Finch cover, and another Art Adams cover. So I'm not sure how long they're going to keep doing 5 different covers, but that just gives them 5 more opportunities to sell a comic to somebody. You know, because there are people out there that will buy all the covers. Now,
Five copies a shop has to order.
Yep.
The same book that they don't know who's going to buy what.
Yeah, I know. And what's actually funny in here is this they reprint some other like variant covers, because this specific book, issue 1's been reprinted 100 times or more. And they have different covers in here, like they have a Michael Golden cover, a David Finch, an Eric Larson cover. I mean, it's kind of cool, but this is, and then it's got some behind the scenes stuff. Just kind of cool. I mean, there was enough about it, enough interesting about it that I liked, that I went ahead and picked up a copy of issue number 1. Now, I remember reading this when it first came out, and I love the Art Adams cover, and I think it's cool. Them coloring it, not recoloring it, because it was, the entire series was in black and white. But this is an opportunity for people who are fans of the show, who missed out on the comics and didn't get the fact that the entire series was black and white. It's a chance to get more normies involved in it. I don't know. Part of me thinks that it's a smart idea.
I hope it's a colossal failure.
Well,
it's something sold in comic shop, published by one of the publishers in comic shops. I don't want. They're all the bad guy.
Well, if
To me, they're all the bad guy.
If it becomes a financial success for comic shops and is able to help comic shops and get people back into comic shops, you know, that's always a good thing.
Comic shops are the bad guy.
I guarantee you I'm going to have somebody come into the store saying, hey, do you have the new color Walking Dead comic? And I'm going to tell them, no, I don't, because that's my copy.
No, that's just...
Oh, I know. I did buy it for me, but it's a comic. It will get sold. So it's not a big deal.
You'll put it in the store.
Will I get other issues to have more issues in the store? I have no idea at this point. But
got to mark it up, though.
Oh yeah,
it's Walking Dead #1. I mean, I don't know what's it. I'd set it for half of. It's got to be worth at least half of the first printings.
No. Hey, it's got a copy of the first printing cover on the back of it, so I mean that's got to make it worth something.
Yeah, dude.
Actually,
I'd put it for at least $100.
$100 starting? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, there were blank cover versions of this, which means I could have bought one and then did my own sketch on it. So that right there would be worth $2 or $3. Hey, Dillard, what's going on, man? He says, OMG. Ahmed says, damn it, for the Walking Dead comics sold out. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. If somebody comes in the store looking for it, I'm going to have to tell them, oh, it's sold out. So sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. I mean, it's in stores right now, and it's not like it's burning up the shelves or anything.
No, nothing is.
I don't think, honestly, I think a lot of people are like me and didn't even know it was happening.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So now I do have to tell you a funny story.
I've walked away completely. I don't care about any of the publishers and what they're putting out.
Yeah. Well, I did go visit a couple other stores today. My store that I normally hit ran out of bags, and I needed at least 100 bags. So I ended up going to a couple of competitors. I went to one. I'm not going to say who, but just telling you it's the one that's closest to you.
Mhm.
You know who I'm talking about.
Mhm.
And I was thoroughly surprised at how utterly disorganized and ransacked the store looked. There were boxes everywhere. There were comics all over tables everywhere, and he had stacks and stacks and stacks of new stuff. And I was like, this. It was overwhelming how much new comic stuff he had, and all I could think of looking around is thinking in my mind is unsellable comics. There was just stacks and stacks of them. So.
It's that stuff isn't sellable. No one wants it. But comics are doing better than ever. You know.
Hey Richard, how's it going? He says, "Hey boys,
What's up?
how's the snark? How the snark are you? It's Friday land. I'm hitting the watermelon hard. Very good, very good." Well, one of the things that really disappointed me is I was looking around and I was looking for comic supplies. I was looking for bags, and he did not have any out where I could see them. And I sure as F wasn't going to ask him if he had any. You know, if he probably did. But because he didn't have them out where I could find them easily, I walked around the store several times and then left. I didn't buy anything. So then I drove all the way down to the beach and hit the store that's down there. And of course, it's a smaller store. They've got crap loads of the new stuff as well. They've got overpriced back issues, but they had the bags that I needed. So I was very happy to buy the bags. And I bought The Walking Dead from them because they had the Art Adams cover where my regular store didn't have it anymore, which not a big deal. So I was happy about that. But I went to that one store, the one closest to you, and I don't know how the hell he stays in business, but hey, more power to him.
I don't think he's going to make it.
You know, he doesn't have.
I don't think most of these stores are going to make it once these PIP loans are all gone. Once all that's all gone.
Yeah, yeah.
And if things stay shut down as bad as they are for a couple more months.
Well, one of the things I noticed he didn't have any space for back issues. He had boxes underneath the tables. He had grab bags where he had taken some of those free comic book day bags that you got at the store, put 10 comics in there and said a grab bag, 10 comics for $10. Now, I have no idea if there's anything good in there or not, or if he's just trying to get rid of the extra junk by doing that. But on the other side, he had boxes where the sign on them said back issues, cover price. But I looked in there and they're all current issues. They weren't back issues. So I was, unless I'm a current comic book buyer, I was rather disappointed. I was rather underwhelmed.
There's less and less and less of those. More and more people are walking away.
Yeah. Well, it's all right.
Good. They should.
Now, I still get people coming in every weekend looking at my old stuff and my back issues and buying stuff. So
that's what people want.
Yeah.
People are buying more and more back issues, more collections.
Yeah, well, it's always a good thing. Dillard says, "Hey, take it easy on the watermelon." He's talking to Richard. And Richard says, "How you feeling, Andrew? I see your bells hasn't completely gone yet. Don't worry, it'll pass, but it takes time." Yeah. Well, I did talk to my doctor about it. He's still a little concerned that it's still hanging around, but I mean,
this has been a long time. This is unusual.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting used to it. I mean, I'm having issues. I mean, my biggest issue is the vision. My eye gets really dried and it blurs my vision, and I'm constantly having to put drops in, which I have readily available. I just forget about it from time to time. It's making it difficult to focus on one thing for a long period of time without having to, take care of it. But, I'm I'm living with it and I'm moving forward and finding ways to get around it, and that's just how you have to deal with it. But I did have my follow up with the cardiologist, and I will be having that surgery sometime in November, where they're going to close the hole in my heart.
Yeah.
I know it sounds more dramatic than it really is, but it's really not a big
Let's see
deal.
if they can fix that one in your head that's always leaking.
I've asked them to stay away from the head, just simply because,
I'm just saying, if they sewed up that one in your head that makes a lot of noise, oh, it'd be my world would be a better place.
Yeah. Shit.
Oh, I need to fix that one.
I know.
Always yap.
Well, one of the things that's funny about this heart surgery, it's an outpatient surgery. They don't even knock you all the way out. It's light sedation. I'm awake during the whole thing.
Yeah.
But they do require an overnight stay for observation.
Yeah.
And the doctor was saying there's a 2 to 5% chance that they end up having to do open heart surgery. So, and I'm like, oh, let's not do that. let's not go that way.
No.
But I mean, I guess that's a chance with any type of heart surgery, period. But
yeah, a friend of my mom's had some kind of surgery.
Oh, yeah.
It left her with like one kidney. And well, guess what she got while she was in the hospital?
Let me guess, an infection?
The Rona, and now she's dead.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. Well, she's like 70-something, diabetic, lost a kidney.
Oh,
Caught the Rona while getting over. No, I think she was getting over surgery for cancer, and then caught the Rona. It's like, that's just the perfect storm for it to take you out.
Yeah. Richard says back issues are better.
Yeah, they are better.
It's because the art and the stories were better. Yeah, a lot of them were.
True. Yeah, they were better. Even like comics you thought were crappy back then, when you look at them by comparison, like go pick up a Squirrel Girl and compare it to like a mediocre Spider-Man, and you're like, the mediocre Spider-Man seems way better now.
It's so funny. One of the issues I found,
Power Pack or Speedball isn't like that bad of a comic.
Hey, come on, man! Those are the ones that got me going.
But they were shit.
This is one of the issues that I've been looking for. It's X-Men versus the Micronauts, number 1. I've had issues 2, 3, and 4 in the store. I did not collect this series when it came out.
I wasn't buying comics regularly when that came out.
Every single page in this series is just chock full of beautiful art. It's just nothing but good stuff. I mean, I'm surprised. And actually, you know what? You remember how I was showing you guys that Iceman limited series that came out back in the 80s or 90s or whatever it was, where the art was actually really good. I finally found all 4 issues. I put it together as a bundle set. I swear to God, it sold the very same day. And the guy said, I've been looking for these issues. I just can't find them all together. And I had all 4 of them together. Now, granted, I only charged like $3 or whatever. I mean, because they're not valuable in any way. They're not worth a lot. But the art was fantastic. I don't know if the story was any good. I never got a chance to read it. But the guy remembered it from when he was a kid and got to see all 4 issues together and was like, damn, I'm taking that. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, well.
That's the shit. That's the shit people want, man. And it doesn't matter that some of it's not that valuable.
Yeah.
Although some of the books that we were like, man, I can't afford that. That first appearance of Hulk. I mean, that first appearance of Wolverine and Hulk, when it was only like $100 and something when we were teenagers. Now it's a lot more.
Especially if it's graded and it's a high grade.
Yeah. It's like all those comics we should have just saved our money and bought when we were teenagers.
What's so funny is if you go through some of these older issues, they have price guides from stores that are selling comics, and some of the prices that they were asking, so freaking reasonable back then. If only we had the money to invest in back then, knowing what we know now.
Oh yeah, dude.
Ahmed wants to know when I'm going to do the Monday or Wednesday live streams again. I really want to, but
we'll have to. His face is a little bit better.
I keep having issues with making videos because in my mind, I sound like a babbling idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether or not that comes across, I don't know. But in my mind, I feel like I'm a babbling idiot. And
as long as I have known you.
It has nothing to do with the Bell's palsy.
It has nothing to do with the Bell's palsy at all. You can lean on that crutch if you want to, buddy, but
well, I've got there's videos I want to make. I just feel like I'm going to distract people by how silly I sound. Oh well, I'm not.
It's only certain words, and usually at the beginning of your statement, not at every word in your statement. So
yeah, I do realize that too. So
it's only certain words. So
I should
make your videos anyway.
I should obviously do more stuff not on camera.
Go ahead and make your videos.
Yeah, well, I will eventually.
You like making them. I mean, I hate making videos. Like, I love live streaming, hanging out, goofing around. I like doing work streams, hanging out, doing art. That's all great. I hate making videos.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So I was going to.
I am going to go back to Twitch.
Yeah,
and I was upload it to YouTube.
I was going to do a drawing video, or I was going to do a live stream Wednesday and just draw, but I had drawn the night before, and 10, 15 minutes into it, I couldn't focus my eyes anymore. The drawing started to go bad, and I'm like, I can't do a half hour to an hour live stream of me drawing because it'll come out like crap. And I've lost the ability to be able to focus for long periods of time. I can do it in short spurts, and that's just how I'm going to have to do it from now on. But that's just the way it is. Now, Richard says he's had open heart surgery before. Mm-hmm. Says very painful, and it takes a long time to heal. Man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. Prayers for you, man. Anybody who has to go through that, you know.
Oh, dude, they crack you open like a watermelon. Like they. Oh, dude, my dad had quadruple bypasses when I was 17, 18.
Yeah. Well, my the surgery that I'm going to have, they go up your femoral artery by your crotch. Mm-hmm. They go up into your heart. And I actually saw a video of the procedure. It's probably on YouTube somewhere, where they take the tube, they go into your heart, and there's your top ventricles. There's a hole in between. They put the tube in through the hole, and out comes what looks like a little umbrella. And it's actually a piece of plastic that opens up like an umbrella, and then they pull it closed. And then as they're pulling the tube out, another umbrella comes out the other way. And it seals like that. It seals the hole like that. And I'm like, damn, that's. And I asked the nurse. I said, how big is this thing? She says it's like 20 millimeters. I mean, it's super, super small. And if you think about it, your heart is the size of your fist, and the hole is in the top ventricle, which is probably like this big to begin with. But you know, it'll be interesting. I'm fairly certain that the tube that goes up the artery and so forth has a camera attached. I got to ask them if they record it, if I could see a copy of the video, because that'd be cool to see the inside of your inside of your heart, you know. And the only reason why I asked is my wife had a surgery, gallbladder removal surgery, and we actually got to see the video afterwards. And the part that was so crazy is when they pulled the camera out, it kind of flipped around a little bit, and you got to see all the nurses and doctors standing around. And that was the end of the video, was the camera catching all the nurses and doctors standing there. I don't know why, but that's the part I remember the most of the video.
Oh, yeah. Richard says that they saw you in half and stitch your sternum together with stainless steel wire. And I remember, like, my dad, as he was healing from that surgery, if he moved wrong, that your breastplate, while it's still healing, it's held together with wire. It'll shift. Like like that. Those bones will grind together, and he said it's an unholy pain. It'll just knock you on your ass.
Well, I'm sure if they're doing open heart surgery, they don't need a camera. But for the particular procedure they're doing with me, it's what's it, non-evasive is what they call it, where they go up
Mm-hmm.
the artery and so forth. But
Mm-hmm.
I've been told to expect a very large and long-lasting bruise where they go in.
Yeah.
So, try not to think about it, man. Let's not talk about it no more. No.
Yeah. They shove a garden hose, dude, in your. They basically shove a garden hose in your in your artery and go all the way up to your heart.
I got to ask them if they make a video. I said I want a copy of the video so I can put it on my my YouTube channel. Squirrel Girl versus Meteor Man. Micronauts was awesome, says Richard, and Ahmed says Squirrel Girl. Obviously, Ahmed wants me to put aside issues of Squirrel Girl for him, since that's his new thing.
That's his favorite.
Richard says Mile High Comics was the bomb. Now, I never ordered from them. Did you ever order from them at any time?
No, I couldn't. I was too poor.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I never ordered from them either, so. Oh, well.
Yeah. I totally had money to order from Mile High Comics, when I was living in that trailer park out on Chafee, Road.
Richard says, you sound like one. I thought you were already an idiot, Andrew. Yeah, exactly. I've wanted to rename this stream to the Idiot Hour for a long, long time. It just doesn't doesn't have the Hero Hour, the Peter Parker.
It's not funny once you're self-aware.
Exactly. Trusty says, isn't it time to build another store? Absolutely.
That's a good one.
Actually, what's really funny is where my store is located right now, on one side of me is the bathrooms, so I can't expand that way. On the other side of me was a clothing store, which shut down, and I had started to talk to the office about potentially taking down part of the wall and expanding my store, but then I went into the hospital. And when I got out, I'm like, that kind of crap's not going to happen anytime soon. So I kind of put it on the back burner. Well, now there's another store that they moved in, and I'm not exactly sure what kind of store it is because I really haven't gone over there to look, but I know they have jeans and shorts and Q-tips, and I think it's like it's a little bit of everything type of store. And I was actually talking to somebody who was in the store the other day. I said, let them fix that store up. That way, when they move out and then I expand over, I have less work to do to fix up that store because that space needed a lot of work. And that was one of the reasons why I said it wasn't going to happen this year. Mm-hmm. But I have been considering expanding. And there is a space next to me. And once they're done and wrapped up and left, there's opportunity. We'll see. But I'm in no rush. I like my space. I got lots of it. I'm still adding new stuff but yeah, it's the thought has not gone past me. I've been thinking about it. Richard says, do you do the facial exercises for your bells, Andrew? I've actually never been given any facial exercises. That's unusual. Like I said, the first time I had it, it went away like 10 days later. This has actually lasted longer, 3 times longer than that. And they didn't give me any facial exercises other than the fact that I'm constantly, moving my face and trying to blink and so forth. But no, it's called the stint, Andrew, when they go through your peripheral. Oh, okay. He says, no camera. For mine, it was just a long lead they pushed up. Stent. Stents are easy, he says. Once again, Ahmed is voting for Squirrel Girl, thinking she would be the best. Mm-hmm. So obviously, I need to get some new Squirrel Girl issues and put them aside for him.
Sure. Yeah. The customer wants what the customer wants.
I love teasing Ahmed. He's a good guy.
We don't judge. You just say thank you for your business.
Richard says, look for any YouTube videos for that. Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, there's lots of stuff doctors don't tell you. They don't. You've had it before, so he probably just thought, well, somebody's already given him this information.
Well, to be honest with you, they didn't tell me a lot when I was in the hospital, so
Yep.
I'm amazed they told me I had had a stroke, which I think is kind of funny because, yes, I am still riding that horse. If things aren't going right or going wrong or not,
It's like I just had a
I
stroke.
just had a stroke, man. Come on, take some pity on me.
You had a couple.
Two small strokes.
Too small. Hey, all it takes is for it to be the right side of the right little spot of the brain, and a small stroke is all it takes.
Yeah, it just needs to hit that one spot that controls your breathing.
Yeah.
Screw the eyesight and screw the being able to walk. But
Yeah.
I just so everybody's out there, I am doing better. I'm taking my medication, testing my blood sugars, testing my blood pressure, which my blood pressure's still been a little high. They're modifying my medicine, so in order to try to work on getting that down, it's a gradual thing. But my numbers are coming in much better, and I'm doing what I have to do. I'm following up with the doctors. I can't say I'm taking care of myself 100%, but I'm trying and I'm working towards that. So it's 4 months ago, I was completely ignoring everything and just doing whatever I wanted whenever I wanted. And now I'm on a regiment and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. What more can you ask for,
Oh, to start doing that before the strokes?
I want to make it to 50, which, by the way, is not that far away.
Which, by the way, odds still aren't in your favor.
Yeah, I know. So what age can I get Social Security? Come on, give me some good news here.
You could get it right now if you lost a majority of your heart function from massive heart attacks.
Oh, let's not do that.
That's how my dad got it.
Really?
50. It was all the massive heart attacks. It was just once you lose a certain percentage of your heart, it's automatic disability.
You never know.
And he lost over 40-something%. I forgot exactly what it was.
Richard says 65. Man, I got a long way to go to 65. That's like 20 plus years away. Less than 20 years.
Oh, less than 20. And you're already 2 strokes in. Yeah, you need to.
I got to get back to work on Hero. I got to finish before.
Good luck getting there, pal.
I know.
Like you really need to like just buy a basket full of lettuce next time you're at the grocery store. I can eat
basket full of lettuce. What is that going to do for me?
That's all you're allowed to eat, man. Is like lettuce. I can eat. You can have some broccoli. You can look at the bread and you can look at the donuts, but don't even put it in the cart.
Richard says he's 63 and a half, so he's almost there. He's way ahead of us.
Yeah.
My mom was so happy when she got her Social Security because she hasn't worked in years. She's been retired for a long time. She was like very, very happy. And I was like, why are you so happy? She's like, honey, I'm getting Social Security. Your dad's getting Social Security. Your dad's getting his government, his military retirement, and he's still working. We have 4 streams of income, and I don't have to work. Jeez, Mom. I guess that's one way to take advantage of the system. But
they worked their whole lives to get it, though.
Yeah, they did. They
worked his whole life. They worked their whole lives to get that. That's not a.
My dad
for nothing. Trust me, they paid for every bit of it.
My dad, who is now, oh my God, I just did the math. He's 75 and he's still working.
Mm-hmm.
He's still working for the government. He was in the military. He medically retired, went back to school, got his education, and then went back to work for the military and has worked for the military longer than he did the first time. So, but yeah, that's right. That's why the system exists, for people who want to work. And what's so funny about him, and I'm fairly certain this is going to be a lot like me, is he had a opportunity to retire. and he was talking about it. He had even set a date and said, I'm going to retire by this month of this year. And then he came back and said, I'm not going to retire just yet. We're like, why? He's like, I'm not ready to. It's like, Dad, you're like 72, 73. He says, yeah, I know. I'm not done. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Hey,
my mom is
with
so
men,
freaking crazy. I'd stay at work too.
but with men, don't retire ever until you absolutely have to. Men don't, in my opinion, men don't do well once they retire.
Yeah, I'm.
As long as you're able to work and do something.
Unless you're independently wealthy at that point, you gotta. My dad, I don't think he has any hobbies really. Honestly, he doesn't collect anything. He's not, so his hobby is he goes to work and he enjoys his job. He likes his job.
I make it doing independent comics. I'm never going to retire as long as I can crank a book out.
Yeah.
As long as I have some sort of project to work on. I'm never, ever, ever going to retire unless I physically can't do it. And until then, I want to die trying to make a book.
Speaking of which, what are those pages on your table?
They're for the Lost pages.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought they were, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's the originals.
Very good. Very good. Now, are you what type of paper are you working on for those? Those Bristol boards? It's water paper. Oh, okay.
It's watercolor paper. It's 140 pound, 12 by 18 watercolor paper.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, is that 11 by 17 or is it larger?
12 by 18.
12 by 18. Yeah. Okay.
140 pound.
Very good. Very good.
That's what I prefer to work on.
Now, watercolor paper is rough, right? I mean,
yes.
It's rougher than like Bristol board. So,
yes.
Do you find that to be a problem, or?
I prefer it.
Really? Okay.
I don't like smooth paper. I like a heavy tooth. I have a rough inking style.
Okay.
So the tooth helps me.
Now,
if you had a style like Art T. Bayer, the rough tooth works against you.
Right.
When you have a style like mine, the rough tooth works for you.
Now, are you still digitally doing your layouts, or do you glue line? And okay.
Yeah. I sketch them out.
I never got comfortable with doing
that.
Well,
actually, here's the deal. The layouts for these, now there's things I changed about these pages and did, but most of this layout, and there's things I added, things I changed, but the basic layout, like this panel's 100% mine, that one's 100% mine. And I changed the positioning and angle of this and added the background, but these layouts were done by E.J. Morges.
That's right. Okay. Now, do you find that easier to work off of somebody else's layouts, or did it make it quicker?
It was quicker for this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was quicker. It would look different if I had laid it out.
Oh, definitely.
But working off of EJ's layouts, it's like I looked at the layouts. They wanted me to use the layouts, and I was like, well, hell, the bones are here. So all I had to do was blow up the JPEGs, increase the DPI, draw some other crap in some panels, like where there's backgrounds. I had to draw in backgrounds. I changed the anatomy a little bit to my anatomy instead of his, and then printed it and inked it in my style.
Yeah. Well, very good. Very good.
All the bones EJ had there.
Right. See, I never got into doing the digital layouts. I would always do sketches on separate sheets of paper, scan them in, then arrange them in the computer, make sure they were sized right for the page I was working on and for the template I was working on. But I never did that step digitally. I never did the drawing digitally. It's not that I don't have the tools to do it. I just never got comfortable doing them.
I do that too.
Yeah. I mean, everybody does everything their own way. You do what you're most comfortable with. But
sometimes my thumbnail on paper is this big.
Yeah,
It's this big, and there's like 4 of them or something. Well, I'll scan that and I'll blow that all the way up. Well, it looks like a hot mess then.
Right.
Digital's very easy to knock things back and erase things and change things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Richard's talking about, he says not until they close the lid on when we retire. There's a good chance that when I'm 65 and ready to collect Social Security, that they'll boost it to 70 and tease me and make me wait more years. But
I don't want to retire ever. Not if I can get this going, man. My own books and stuff.
Oh yeah. I don't
ever want to retire.
Yeah, I like working, whether it's working for a company or working for myself or working on books. I like working, but I wouldn't mind having that retirement cash coming in. Not that it's going to be a whole lot. I don't think Social Security pays a lot as it is. So.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Richard.
Oh yes, he is fine and bold. He is very unique. Oh, he's talking about your inking. Oh, sorry. I thought he was talking about your, just you in general.
Me in general.
You in general. So what do you got working on right now? Anything good?
I'm working on a new cyberfrog drawing.
Oh, excellent. Are you making a video out of it or
no?
Gonna live stream it?
No, I hate making videos.
That's why I asked about live streaming it.
No, I'm going to go back to Twitch because that is a streaming platform.
What's your handle on Twitch?
It's Illustration Studio 762.
Okay, I think I've registered on Twitch because I followed you at one point.
Yeah,
but I've never been there. I've never been there enough to.
I was going to start this week, but I did something to my neck.
Oh yeah,
and it's just now not hurting so bad. Past couple of days, and it was just giving me headaches so bad I couldn't do anything.
Oh, Richard says he wants to see your cyber frog.
Oh, it's not done yet.
Oh, okay. So which medium are you doing it? Are you doing it all digital, or are you doing it illustration, or
no? It's
combination of everything.
It's on paper.
Okay. That's the way I prefer it. I like doing it on paper.
And I'll color it once I get it done.
That reminds you that what's that? That's there used to be a. I don't think it was before memes. I'm fairly certain, where they would say like, it was different. It was how do you come on, Andrew? Find the words and explain it properly. It used to be something like. Archaeologists do it in the dirt or something. It was supposed to be a double entendre about sex. Yeah, artists do it on paper, type of thing. I'm sure there's a T-shirt or something out there that explains it better than I do. But I wonder where the hell Todd's at, because Todd texted me earlier this week because the Harvey Awards had been announced.
Somebody did buy this. Somebody bought that tier.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's awesome. Well, they had a whole crap load of art tiers.
Yeah,
I didn't realize they had so many. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah. You can get the original Bisley.
Yeah. That's still up, huh?
Yeah, but somebody got this. They told me today. Somebody got. I'm like, what? So I'm like messaging you. I'm messaging Todd, going, which one you did it?
Wasn't me. I wish I could have, but that's awesome.
Yeah, I've got to order some top loaders. So I can ship this out.
Richard may have figured it out. He says Todd doesn't really like Andrew and he really hates Avery. That's a good possibility. Well, but the thing is he texted me and said, "Hey, the Harvey Awards are out," and I said, "Yeah, I know," and I started to hint towards who did very well with the picks, and he's like, "Don't spoil it. Wait for Friday," and I'm like, "Okay, fine." So we're literally waiting for him to get here so I can tell you all who won. But we're going to give him. I'm going to give him till the top of the hour. I'm going to give him till 9 to join. Matter of fact, you know what? I'll send a new invite just in case.
And he's totally letting you down.
He's totally, absolutely letting me down. Well, it's not like he won anyway, so
he's just.
Yeah, he's Todd.
Forgetting about the little people in life.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to send him another invite. Actually, you know what? When you send out the invites, you have the option to do it via email or do it via Gmail. Well, my email is Gmail. So tonight, for some reason, I hit the email instead of Gmail and sent it via email, which is still it's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only thing I did differently. But you joined from the email, so obviously it worked.
I joined where you stuck it in my chat room.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hell, maybe that's why. Maybe I didn't send him the email.
You stuck it in. You stuck. You may have sent me the email.
I did.
But I joined from my Twitter DM group.
Ah. Who else is in there?
Uh,
Kodiak's in there, right?
I believe so. Kodiak's in here.
Oh my gosh, you're right. It was your DM group. I am so sorry. I didn't do it through mine. Oh, yeah, well.
Todd doesn't follow me on Twitter.
I don't think he's active on Twitter. I don't think that's really saying much.
Kodiak was in this DM group. I wonder if is Kodiak still on Twitter?
I have no idea. Oh, well. It's all right. We'll give him a few more minutes. If he's able to join, I'll share the winners. Because I know everybody is like on the edge of their seat waiting to hear who won the Harvey Awards. Which
no one cares about the Harvey Awards.
You know what I'm rewatching right now? I just started rewatching while at work today the Hobbit movies, which were all really good. I really enjoyed those. You know what I realized is I don't have the Lord of the Ring movies on digital. They're not part of my digital library.
No, they're not.
Because when I bought them, they were.
It's before that was.
It was the Blu-ray. Yeah, it was the Blu-ray deluxe set, but it didn't come with the digital copy, which
digital copies weren't as big then.
Yep. I may have to buy those movies again just to have the digital copies. Maybe, I don't know.
Or you could go on to Vudu and buy them digitally.
Well, I don't own them in steelbook cases, so.
Oh, do they have a steelbook case that you want?
Well, there's word that they're re-releasing the original Lord of the Rings in 4K editions. So if they re-release them in 4K in steelbooks, I may have to buy them again.
But is it the extended version? That's the only versions I like to watch of those.
It would have to be. I would not buy the regular edition of those movies. The extended editions, just, period. The GFAs.
Yeah, I think the Gay Furry Awards.
Their mascot is a gopher. Yeah, there we go.
That's not a gopher. That's just a picture of Andrew.
We should do our own awards next year. We're going to look into that. We're going to look into coming up with an idea for an award show and do the Hero Hour award show.
That's not.
We'll have to figure out. We'll have to figure out an award based on each of the personalities.
Don't call it the Hero Awards. Don't associate it with your character, because if you associate it with your character, there's a limit on how fucked up you can make it.
Okay, I got you.
Disassociate it from your character. Like, I still want to do the cringe show on my channel, and maybe something else, but everything else is going to be Twitch.
There'll be like the Avery Award for the most horribly despicable comic out there, or comic personality. I swear to God, Tom King would win every time.
I just want to go to Twitter and get angry. It's like, fuck you, you beta cuck loser. The reason you're angry is your wife's boyfriend won't let you fluff him anymore.
Agree with you on the Lord of the Rings, Avery. The extended adds a huge amount of the story. Yep. It does.
It's way like I saw those movies in the theater, and I'm like, it was okay. It was all right. except for that last one where it's fade to black. You start to get up out of your seat because you got to pee. Oh, wait, it comes back. Frodo's crying. You're like, okay, so you sit back down, then it fades to black. You get back up. Okay, really got to pee. Oh, it comes back from black. Frodo's still crying.
There were like 6 endings to that story.
Yeah, and it
that
keeps fading to black, and it's like, whoa, Frodo's crying.
Do you remember the controversy that happened when the second movie was coming out? Because it was right after 9/11, and people were like wanting them to change the name because it was the Two Towers.
Yeah, and people were like, screw you bitches.
They were like, you need to change the name of this movie because of 9/11.
They were like, no.
I'm so glad they didn't cave to that.
Yeah, sure, exactly. Yeah,
Nowadays,
I
almost guarantee you they would have. They would have. So
they cave to anything. Joe Rogan's even caving because he's got that Spotify money. And he's on Spotify.
Oh, I had heard there was some
stuff
going on, but I haven't been paying attention to it. So
he's like sucking that dick. So he's got those Spotify masters now. So he's got a cave.
Well, if you give me that much money, you can be my master too. I promise. All right. Well, Todd's not here. Do you want to know? Do you want to know who won the Harvey Awards?
Oh yeah.
You want to know?
Oh.
Because it really doesn't matter who won the Harvey Awards. What really matters is who picked the most correct.
Oh, okay, cool.
From the Harvey Awards.
Who?
That's the important part.
Who, Andrew? Who?
Okay, I'm going to share it with you now.
Is it you? Is that why you're so wrapped up? You would have been like, I won.
No, actually, it was not. It was not I.
Who? Go.
All right. So this is the Harvey Awards, the 2020 Harvey Award winner.
Dragon Hoops. What the fuck is that?
Book of the Year went to Dragon Hoops by Jean Luen Yang from First Second. Nobody picked Dragon Hoops. Now, actually, what's really funny is I kept teasing you, and because you hadn't made your pick yet, and I would say, pick Dragon Hoops, because it's about Chinese basketball players.
Uh-huh.
And you ended up going with the same thing that I went with, and that's that Making Comics piece of crap that won the Eisner.
Well, that's the one I knew was the most awful, so I figured it would win.
Yeah, well, Todd picked Are You Listening, and Kodiak picked Rusty Brown, so none of us got that one.
Rusty.
Yeah. All right, so for Digital Book of the Year, the winner was The Nib, edited by Mark Bors, and you and Todd picked Fried Rice.
Oh.
I picked that one from Chip Zdarsky, and believe it or not, Kodiak picked The Nib.
That's fucking racist.
So Kodiak actually got that one right.
Oh my god.
Next up was the Best Children or Young Adults book, and the winner of that was Superman Smashes the Klan by Jean Luen Yang. Oh, which I just realized Jean Luen Yang also won Book of the Year.
Oh.
Obviously, the Harvey Awards were bowing down to the Asians this year. It looks like. So. But Todd picked Guts. You picked Dragon Hoops. There.
Oh.
I picked Almost American Girl, and Kodiak actually picked Superman Smashes the Klan.
Oh, Kodiak is Kodiak the winner of the Harvey's thing?
Kodiak so far has gotten 2 out of 3 right.
Oh my god!
I know. Next up was Best.
Let's just delete this whole segment. Let's not find out Kodiak successfully did anything. We can't have this shit going to his fat ginger head.
Just you wait. Best manga went to Witch Hat Antelier by Kamomi Shirahama. Obviously, once again, it's another Asian person, but the fact that it's a manga kind of implies that's going to happen. All 4 of us picked the House Husband book, which was the winner of the Eisner. So they obviously decided not to go the route of the Eisners.
Yeah. They found a way to go woke, but be subversively woke.
Yeah. So none of us got that one right.
They managed to be woke while subverting the progressive stack.
Now, for the next one, Best International Book, it actually went to one I was actually excited about, Grass by Kyum Suk Gendry Kim from Drawn and Quarterly. That one actually looked good, and it actually won. But both you and Todd picked House. I picked You're the Rabbit, and Kodiak picked Portrait of a Drunk, which I guess he thought was about himself. So none of us got that one right. And then last but not least, the best adaptation from a comic book graphic novel went to, of course, Watchmen from HBO, which everybody picked that except for me. I picked the Joker, and I should have known better. But both you and Todd and Kodiak got that one right.
Yeah.
So to round up the awards with 0 correct guesses, me.
Yes.
With 1 correct guess each, Todd and Avery.
Yes.
Very good.
3, Kodiak.
With 3 out of 6, 50% of the correct answers was from Kodiak, our big furry friend from the north. So very,
you've
very.
got to private this stream so he can't see it.
I'm gonna send it to him and say, you should have been there, Dick. Then you could have been jumping up and down, been all happy and all.
No. You got to stop letting people feel good about themselves, Andrew.
Yeah, I know. But bottom line is, the Harvey Awards were announced. It was very Asian-centric, and Kodiak won from our picking thing. So congratulations to Kodiak. It's the last time I will ever say that. Unless, of course, he tells us his wife's having another kid. Which, knowing the bear, is always a possibility around the corner. You never know.
My God!
Wait a minute. Didn't he say he got fixed at one point?
I don't know. I just know he's the one guy in Comicsgate who's pulled out this game is worse than Zach's.
It is.
He's got 5.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Everybody out there, I thank you so much for coming by and visiting with us this evening and hanging out. Richard, you guys are always a blast. Trusty, Ahmed. I don't know why I said Kodiak. He's never here. But I appreciate you guys coming in and joining the conversation. And I hope you all have a fantastic weekend.
Boy!
If anybody here on the stream is able to come by the store, I hope to see you and have a good time. And we will catch you next week, where we will try maybe to do more than just one live stream. All right. Good night, everybody. Say good night, Avery.
Bye.
Bye.